Good morning, Facebook. Good morning. All right, Facebook is reaching out there, gathering an audience. In the meantime, if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead and skip to about 2.5 minutes. Get past all the hellos and stuff like that. So we're just going to sit here for just a second as Facebook builds the audience. Good morning as you're popping in. Say hello, hello, hello. If you're new to the shows, let me know where you're coming from. Jay, good morning. Good morning, Jay. Good morning, Charmin, my love, my fiance. Good morning. Okay, so I got something super excited I'm going to do. Morning, Tia. I'm going to do a 3-part series on New Year's resolutions starting today. So I'm going to do a quote of the day for 3 days, and then basically going to concentrate on New Year's resolutions. So I'm pretty excited about it. So just going to give it a few more seconds as Facebook kind of reaches out there for just a second, and then we'll get started. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal day. It's Wednesday, 28 December 2016. Man, it's just unbelievable how fast this year has gone. It's just super. Oh my God. By the way, for those of you that are much younger, it goes by a lot faster the older you get. Just saying. Just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I know your time is precious. So just real quick, for those of you who don't know me, for those who are catching this on the replay, first-time viewer, my name is Rick Young, and I like to do video quotes of the day during the work week, about 8:15 Eastern time. So what I basically do is I take a quote that I find very inspiring, and I just give you my little take on that. All right, so today is going to be my start for a 3-part series on New Year's resolutions. And so let's go ahead and get started. So today's quote is this: your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invisible host against difficulties. And that's by Helen Keller. Good morning, Christina. All right, so your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy, and you shall form an invisible host against difficulties. Again, that's by Helen Keller. So morning, chica. Carmen, how are you doing? From Germany. This being the time of the year that everybody is starting to throw out their New Year's resolutions. Now, as I'm eyeballing Facebook, they're out there. Everybody's doing this. I have tons of friends that are putting the whole, the number one quote or the number one resolution from my experiences is to lose weight. Okay, it's a great resolution. But here's some. Okay, so let's start by throwing out some statistics there. Okay, and this was a study by the oh my gosh, what was it? Can't remember the freaking college right now, but it's a University of Scranton, and it was in the Journal of Psychology. There you go. Okay, so 50% of Americans, all right, create New Year's resolutions. Guess how many of those 50% of Americans? Guess how many of those actually complete their resolution? Actually get it done. Anybody have any idea? What percent of those 50, what percent of those actually go through and complete their New Year's resolution? Anybody? It's like Bueller. No, nobody. All right, so it's 8%. 8% of those people that actually, less than 50%, absolutely. 8% of those 50%ers actually complete their resolutions. Wow. Can you believe it? Most gyms fill up on, 2 or 3 January, and then by January 15th, it goes back to being empty again. So I'm not perfect. There are many times or many things that that I've committed to doing, or say that I've committed to doing and not completed it. So this is, I'm trying to help us both here. So here's the first part of my three-part series here. Because we don't really follow through with our resolutions, we need to find out why. And I believe, okay, so a lot of people right now, they say, I want to lose 20, 30, 40 pounds. Okay, but what you need to ask yourself, and that's great to want that, right? But what you need to ask yourself is why. Now, a lot of people would go so far as to say, oh, well, I want to fit in my clothes. That's not good enough. That's not strong enough, okay? It has to be built on emotion. It has to be emotionally charged, all right? So why do you want to fit in those, why do you want to lose weight? Well, I want to fit in the clothes. Well, why? Why do you want to fit in those clothes? Well, I want to make me feel better because of, want to make me feel better. Well, why? So you really have to dig deep and find your why. All right. I want to lose weight, because I want to be around longer. Why? I mean, it's not as simple as just saying, well, I just want to be around longer. There's more. There's a deeper thing, because I want to be a good example to my children. I want to be able to spend time with my great-grandchildren. You really got to get deep-seated into it. All right. That's the first step into making sure that these resolutions come true. All right. It's not enough to just want them. It's not enough to just say, yeah, I'm going to lose weight. No, because what happens is we create these resolutions, i.e. goals, and we get to it, and we all of a sudden, like, here's what's going to happen, guys. And I'm trying to protect you from doing this. Okay. So when you start on your New Year's resolutions and you go out there and you go hit the gym and you try to lose this weight, or you try to starve yourself, it's going to shock your body so much so that the next day you're going to want to quit. All right. So it needs to be realistic. I'm sorry. That's a really bad word, in my opinion. And we can talk about that later. But it has to be, you have to do it in a controlled manner. Okay. You don't want to overdo it. You don't want to go out there and start lifting weights, because again, I've done this 100 times. All right. And I've learned now. You go out there and I want to, you want to do a bench lift. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to do 200 pounds. Right. And what happens is your body has this adrenaline, right? And you're like, "Rah," and you're pushing it. "Rah." And then the next day you can't lift your freaking arms. Right. And then all of a sudden you start coming up with excuses to not do it anymore. And eventually you go back into the same pattern, and then eventually you stop. And therefore, i.e., you don't complete your New Year's resolutions. All right. So step number one, we'll talk about the next 2 days. We'll talk about two other things to help you in completing these New Year's resolutions. Step number one is finding your why. You really need to sit down. You really need to take pen and paper and really write down, why is it that you want to lose weight? Why is it that you want to save a certain amount of money? Why is it that you want to, start a business? Why is it that you want to do whatever it is, whatever the resolution that you have committed to? All right. By the way, for those of you who don't know this, I mean, resolution, the definition is a firm decision to do or not do something. Okay, a firm decision. Now, listen up, guys. When you decide something and you've committed to doing it, it is your integrity. Okay, it is based on your integrity. So if you're saying, I'm going to do this, this is you committing it to yourself. All right, so if you can't trust you, if you can't believe in yourself, I mean, there's a bigger issue behind that. So when you make a decision, that decision should carry you through this. Now, there's other things that's going to help along with that. And again, the first thing is your why, is determining what your why is. Why am I doing this? Well, I want to lose weight just because I want to. No, it's not strong enough. It's not going to push you to lose weight. And you have to remember that every single day. From the time that you start your New Year's resolution, you have to think about every single day. You have to look at your why. Why are you wanting to lose weight? Why? Why are you wanting to lose weight? Okay? So that's it. That's the first step, guys. All right. So again, with the quote, your success and happiness lies within you. Resolve to keep happy and your joy, and you shall form an invisible host against difficulties. So remembering your why, all right? Remembering that it's the emotion that you're going to get, the emotion behind your end of your, reaching that goal, that journey, the emotion behind it at the end. And we're going to talk about vision tomorrow. We'll talk about vision. But when you see that at the end, that's what needs to motivate you, and that every single day. And it's going to suck, people. It's going to suck. If it was easy, you would have done it already. That's it. If it was easy, you would have already lost that weight. If it was easy, you've always saved that money. If it was easy, you would have already started a home business. If it was easy, you would have already been graduated, PhD. If it was easy, I mean, it's hard. It's going to get, but look, time's going to pass anyway. So you might as well commit to yourself, stand in your integrity, because if you, if you can't follow through on your own commitment, who else are you going to trust? I mean, if you can't trust yourself to do what you said you're going to do, oh my gosh. I mean, that's horrible. All right, so that's it, guys. Hope you got some value out of this. If you did, please feel free to share. Hopefully somebody gets, get a little bit of inspiration out of this. Really, truly want you guys to be more than that 8%, or even a part of that 8% that completes their New Year's resolutions. Yep. Hope you guys got some value. And I guess, have a phenomenal day, guys. Go out there and be positive. I really appreciate you. I truly do. I hope you have a phenomenal Wednesday. And don't forget to smile, all right? So as I end this, I will say, let your smile change the world. Don't let the world change your smile. All right? You guys have a phenomenal day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.